Time is speeding up. Chaos is shifting into a new level, and we feel the pull to unlock the mysteries of the universe. Timeless spiritual wisdom offers the point of stability to navigate these times and to open our greatest potential. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the fun and knowledge of visionary best-selling authors Sri and Kira as they explore these mysteries and invite your higher love to come forward. And now, here are Sri and Kira.
Hello, everybody, and welcome.
Namaste. Welcome to Higher Love Radio.
It's a delight to be with you once again, to offer a perspective, to offer an engagement, to say the world is happening. Are you noticing?
Well, and the world is happening, but Sri, so is the ascension. And so many people have been throwing this word around. I mean, I suspect that if you're tuning into this show that you're following, you're tracking, you're reading, you're looking, so much information is out there about 2013, 2014, and of course we've been talking about information from this time through 2022, but yet we are at a very powerful, and the word I'm going to use, forgive me Sri, is symptomatic. We're at this kind of like symptomatic, these signs of the ascension, and how to really pay attention to this, and what does this mean? What does this mean to you? What does this mean to our world? How does it impact us right now, today? Not in some future esoteric moment. I mean, right now, today.
Well, first it's important to understand that individuals can have peak experiences or connected experiences that literally dissolve form, time, space, and offer a unity and an ascension experience. That's a little different than the global situation. The mass consciousness has a lot of inertia, and the planet herself is having to deal with the inertia of humanity and paying the price for some decisions that have been made for many, many years that are affecting the growth and progress. So let's look at it from a global standpoint. There is an ascension process underway.
Yes.
And there is a shift in the greater energetic. It's like the earth and all her children and occupants have been put into a new bath, a new energy bath. And this shift in the energy is affecting everybody. And we want to talk a little bit about some of the signs of the ascension that are underway right now.
Sri, I love that you're bringing that up, and I also love that one of the things that I think is really important to pay attention to is that you've got to let go of what you define, that box that you've got ascension in. So many people, it's true, so many people have their own definition of ascension. I've even seen people arguing about it, and then there's the people that are ascending this way or that way, with a body, without a body. What does ascension mean? Let's just, invite you, perhaps just for the context of the show, to release any boxed in energy around the word ascension and to freely float in the energy of ascension. Remember that we are all ascending. Even our lives and density is an ascension from one age to another. Every time you have a birthday, you've ascended another year. And so for this show, I would like to invite that. I'd like to invite that opportunity to freely float in the energy of ascension, to open up to the broader availability. Because when we allow ourselves the gift of removing all of these tight boundaries, all of these perceptions, we really open up our wings. We become much more aware of that bigger, broader, beautiful picture and evolution that's in front of all of us right now.
Yeah. And in a general sense, when I hear the word ascension, the way I understand it, what's going on inside my own process, is an alignment to the truth of your essential energy. To ascend is to become more authentic, is to become more of the higher self, to become more of the soul, less of the fleshy, mortal, refracted density experience. Not to put this down, it's a lot of fun. However, it is temporary.
Now he's referring to our bodies, right? You all got that, right?
The body is dust to dust. The body has its life cycle. However, the soul is your essential identity.
Indeed.
And it goes far beyond one lifetime. So as long as we agree on that, it's very easy then to say, well, to be in an ascension process is to become ever more like the truth of you. the truth of your essence.
You know, letting the soul lead. Shri and I, as many of you know, are very, very blessed to work with the Archangelic Realm and the Ascended Masters, bringing forward the gift of self-ascension. And one of the gifts of self-ascension is that while you're still here playing with this beautiful body and having fun, touching each other, we let our soul lead. We lead that soul-based life where the body actually gets to relax. The mind gets to relax and it's kind of like a young child that tests a boundary. You know, if you consider that physical form is the young, because it is, the young child testing the boundary, the minute the parent sets up this loving playground, the child's happy to play. And that's what leading a soul-based life, that's what leading a self-ascended life is all about. It's about the gift of remembering who you are while you're here still having fun. And now we have this overlay of the Merkabah that has been opening on the planet, this huge ascension energy, and the signs are all around us. And you know, when we talk about the signs, and we're going to be talking about all of the signs, both in this segment and the second segment of the show, we're also talking about how those signs are received. Because it's not just about understanding or noticing the signs, it's how we choose to play with them, how we choose to receive them.
A sign is basically a signal saying this is happening or go here.
Right.
You know, that's what the sign is. It's validation of something.
Yes.
And one of the things that, leaving aside now the metaphysical understanding of ascension, and let's just look at the signs of ascension, one of the most fundamental signs is a willingness or a desire to line up with integrity or truth.
Now take that in, a willingness or a desire to align with integrity, to align with truth, because the reality of that is the flip side. We have a lot of confusion energy on the planet right now, and it's not that popular to align with the integrity of the heart. It's not about taking a hard line on a dogma or a belief system. It's about aligning with the truth of the heart, that inner truth. Remember, we're not exposing a truth. We're inviting you to rediscover the truth within.
You know, and one of the most dramatic things that has happened in the public eye in recent months is the whole disclosure of the government spying on its citizens in the United States. The NSA capturing phone calls, capturing emails, basically throwing out the fundamental principle that each person is a sovereign entity having a right to privacy, having a right to have their own domain, so to speak. And so this infringement upon those essential rights of the person is basically out of sync with the values of the administration of the Constitution.
Yeah.
And so we have this deception going on, where the country is pretending to live one way but acting another way.
And you know, this is global. Because,
Yes.
you know, you also have this sense of, well, you're my ally on paper, you're my ally, but yet I don't trust you. And so when the energy of lack of trust, when the energy of deception is prevailing, then there is a basic or a fundamental fracture in the energy of the heart, in the alignment with the integrity of the heart. And so one of the signs of the ascension is that you're going to see more and more beings, and you know, there's always the blessing, right? So the blessing of all this information is that more and more people are saying yes to the integrity of their heart and realizing you cannot look outside. You know, at the time of the filming of this recording of this show, the government of the United States is shut down. There's a looming default coming forward in just a few weeks. And we're going to be talking about that as well, because that's also actually one of the signs. We have extensive weather changes. We have official reports that have finally come out and said global warming is real. And I just kind of smile when I say that. But the reality is that these are all signs, and it's how are you allowing yourself to really, and this is why we invited you at the beginning of the show, float with them, fly with them, see that 10,000-foot perspective of all of these. And of course, there's more.
Absolutely. So just on that one issue of the publicized values, you know, versus the actual practice going on.
Do what I say, not what I do.
When the population begins to rise up and say, we do not accept this. This is not okay. That's the heart of integrity saying, I want my outer world, I want my outer political structure to mirror the values I hold, to mirror the sense of truth and integrity.
I want to live in what I sense.
And this exact situation is being mirrored in the current tension between the House Republicans and the Democratic Senate and administration. The House Republicans, 80 of them got together and signed a document saying they would not approve of the budget extension of the debt ceiling matter unless Obamacare was abolished. Then when they actually took action, they're all going on the TV saying, we're not standing in the way of this. We have nothing to do with this. It's the Democrats. It's an interesting spin. And I'm not here to blame. What I'm here to do is to point out the incongruencies. When we say one thing and act another way, when we say one thing on this day and we say a different thing on another day, what we're really saying to the world is my integrity does not matter. I'm trying to control what you think of me.
Well, and you know, Shri, this brings us right into the rise of the Merkabah. So, as you know, and hopefully you've been following all of our predictions every month for the past many months, the Merkabah of Self-Ascension has been physically taking form on the planet. Now, this is part of that ascension energy. It's another sign, because while the Merkabah of Ascension has always been completely available for those that have chosen to call in that energy, the rise of this energy, the full presence anchoring of this energy is extraordinary. It's not happened before. Now, it ties into what you were saying, because we have been in, remember the Merkabahs, you have the downward triangle intersected with the upward, the downward, this one being the masculine, this one being the feminine. Now, we're in the middle of the final rise of the feminine. And so what's happening is in October, this top point of the feminine opened, which is this. It is the throat. It is the fifth chakra. It is the truth chakra. And so and if you've already gone to our little video, go to it if you haven't seen it, about the October predictions for October 2013, because it doesn't matter when you're watching this. It might even be more relevant, because what we're saying will have already come to pass, is that as we have opened up that truth, as we moved in September 2013 into that October anchoring of the throat, of the truth chakra, you know, what's happening is that we're on a lateral move this month. So what that means is, remember, in the context of the opening of this feminine portion of the Merkabah, we're moving from the throat in a lateral move to the third eye. November is all about the inner sight, the inner vision, that which had been hidden coming forward. Whoo, powerful. And so as we are on this lateral move, moving from the beginning of October to the beginning of November, in the middle of October, that kind of middle, and I'm looking at it in thirds, right? So if you look at the first third, second third, third third, that middle third of October, we're actually going to be slicing through the seventh chakra, which was the primary point, the first point of the Merkabah that birthed way back in the summer, and it was the masculine energy of the crown, or the empowerment, the seventh chakra, all about who's the king. So I want you to pay attention to that. You've got the truth, this feminine energy that's birthed this truth that in the middle third of October is going to slice right through this kingly energy, inviting it to come back into its truth, speak its truth, live its truth, act its truth, and find a balance. Huge events ahead in the middle of October, which will then lead us to that last third of October, where what? We're heading into anchoring the third eye. That which was hidden will be revealed, the inner wisdom, the inner sight. So it's a very intense and powerful process where you're going to see a lot of world events find a new balance, a new way of being. And whenever we have that new way of being, another sign of the ascension is that that which was must give way to that which is birthing.
Absolutely. And there's a lot of information Kira just shared, and if some of that you went, I don't know if I got it, of course you can rewind and replay. And let me just summarize this.
Please.
For the earlier months in 2013, we have been building an energy. And this energy has power. It's an ignition energy. It's very much associated with the masculine principle of moving forward. And while that energy was building, the whole turmoil in Egypt took on a whole new...
June, July, and August.
And now we're in this energy of the fall of September, October, November, and this is the feminine principle coming in to balance it. And this is why the integrity, the truth, the guidance, the seeing clearly are coming in to balance this ignition of the male principle.
Now talk about balance. That's our French bulldog who is so mad at us because we locked him out of the room. And the good news is we're going to let him in.
And so we're going to take a little break. We'll be right back with you after these messages.
With probably Bartley.
Namaste, beloved one. This is Kira Raa, and I am inviting you to take a journey of the soul in the land of the heart. Imagine your life free from chaos and filled with creative clarity. Imagine waking up each day in your private lakefront casita, greeted by brilliant sun, flowers, and birds. It is here that you will effortlessly resurrect your divine blueprint in pristine energy. Yes, I am inviting you to join us for a personal resurrection vacation retreat at beautiful Lake Atatlan, Guatemala. Here, you can rejuvenate your life as you indulge in Tosa spa cuisine, private healing sessions, yoga, tai chi, meditation, and loving support. Imagine enjoying pure air, zero noise pollution, and endless stars in this ascended nirvana. The time is now to claim your true joy. Learn more by visiting shriandkira.com and just click on the Resurrection Vacation Treat page. Tosa La Laguna, healing lives, healing hearts. We welcome you home.
Welcome back. We're glad you're with us.
And so is Bartley. And we apologize for that absolute sound of distress there.
These little dogs have a particularly vocal way of letting you know what they're wanting.
He's actually more vocal than our parrots, and trust me, our parrots can really talk. I'm amazed you haven't heard them. So here we are, and talking about signs of the ascension, have you noticed also the animals? Have you noticed the wisdom of the animals and the way that all the animals of the planet are sending us gifts, whether it's beached whales, whether it's dolphins, whether it's your own pets, but everything on the planet is speaking. The planet herself is speaking.
And in the speaking, what is being said is that there is a shift upon us. One of the most difficult things to transition in our lives is the uncertainty, is that the moment in between breaths, in between steps, where the old structures are no longer serving us in the way that they were intended to serve us, and the new structures have not yet anchored. So we are in that kind of void, that zone.
And remember, this is also one of the signs of the ascension, is that we are. Every being, every country, every structure, every religion. Look what's happening in the Catholic religion. Look at this extraordinary new Pope. Look what he has the courage to be talking about. And there's going to be a lot of things happening there. And so what's important is to say to yourself, how am I receiving this? How am I working through this energy?
And so each and every one of us needs to lend a yes to the birth, not to be frightened.
Yes.
We need to basically send an energy of welcome. We welcome greater integrity. We welcome truth. We welcome necessary change. Change is not frightening. Change is only an evolutionary process. And we're going to be in a situation in many governments where we have a tension between established structures and those that are disenfranchised or unhappy.
Yeah.
And in Europe, you're seeing this with huge populations of students, great unemployment, especially among the youth. And of course, there's going to be a greater and greater voice coming forward saying, this is out of balance.
Well, and you're looking at the rebalancing, due to the shutdown in the United States. Obama canceled his APEC meeting. Thereby, China and Russia are forming new allegiances. Russia is accepting renminbi as payment for an oil deal. There are many shifts ahead. And I know, I'm absolutely confident that you have been researching these shifts, looking at these shifts, and paying attention to them. What I would encourage you, what Shri and I truly encourage you to inspire within yourself, is to release any fear around these events. Everything is conspiring through this ascension energy, and the Merkabah is lifting. Remember, November is the final month. It's the final point. The full Merkabah will be in full energy by the end of November. It will be completely revealed and completely present. And talking a little bit more about November, remember, this month we're on a lateral move. So this month we're going from opening up our truth. Remember, the archangelic realm refers to the throat, the 5th chakra, as the truth chakra. And we are on a lateral move, conjoining the truth with the third eye. And if we think of it in third, with the middle of October, where we are transversing this power, this 7th crown, literal kingly crown energy, inviting it to come into its truth. Very, very powerful. So by the time we get to November, that which has been hidden will be revealed. This is going to happen in a personal level. This is going to happen on a social level. This is going to happen on a spiritual level. November is an extraordinary month, and this is why Shri and I are going to be in Asia all month. Very, very early in 2013, we were given the guidance. This was before the Merkabah actually began opening. It was when the Diamond Portal of Ascension was the first thing. It was the 4 months before the Merkabah opened. The internal part of the Merkabah, if you look at the middle of a Merkabah, there's a diamond in the middle of it. That's the Diamond Portal of Ascension. That's the heart, the pounding ascended heart. That anchored on our planet from February, March, April, May. And once the Diamond Portal of Ascension anchored, then the Merkabah arose around it as a vehicle to enter.
So what this means is that there is a new energy, and this, the Merkabah of the Diamond Portal, we're really kind of talking about the motor of the energy.
Yes, literally.
The generator of the energy. For those of you that are less familiar with these symbols and what the power of these shapes are, you can just think of it as this is the engine that is driving a new wave of energy through everybody.
Inviting you
whether
to
you
step
believe
on.
in it or not, whether you want it or not, the energy's there. And some people, when they feel a new energy, they're going to respond by getting defensive. Other people are going to say, if not now, when? You know, I have an opinion about this. I have something to say. And it's interesting how people will process that energy. Now that leads us back to November, as this Merkabah is reaching its balance, where these various energies are now informing the whole. We will be in Thailand, November 17th?
Right, it's the full moon ceremony. This full moon in November 17th, we're going to be in Asia all month long. We'll be in Angkor Wat before then, doing some cosmic energy work. But we have been guided to be in Chiang Mai, Thailand, November 17th, to be part of a festival of lights. This is a very, very powerful festival held on the full moon. And if you're not on our newsletter, get on our newsletter, because we're going to be doing our best to send you updates from Asia. We'll be leaving in just another couple weeks, and we'll be inviting you to connect with us. We will be doing a worldwide connection ceremony on the 17th of November. Very, very simple for you to connect with us in this Festival of Lights, which will complete that process of moving from the third eye back to the root, which when that process hits that root, remember the feminine opened with the root, it will shoot up through the Diamond Portal of Ascension, straight up, root, crown, Diamond Portal, connected. And the cosmic energy will be so profound that I'm smiling, because that which has been hidden will be revealed. You are going to love and delight the lower half of November into December, what is going to come forward on our planet. And I don't need to give you the words for that, because you already know. And so the reality is before us. And this is also why Shri and I are so excited that after 10 years, almost 11 years, we have been given permission to release ascended numerology onto the planet. This is a process that when Shri and I first got together, we were given this beautiful, it's a mastery process based on the codes of the soul, the living in the ascended life. and we have used it. It was on the planet in complete text, which will all be given in our course. We're able to reveal all the charts and the text and everything again, but it was lost in the burning of the Library of Alexandria.
And you may remember that back in the golden eras that preceded the birth of Christ, there were a number of truly ascended communities and knowledge and wisdom that was available. And there was a tension between this ascended wisdom and some of the more dominant forces that were seeking to dominate the planet and control different regimes. And so the burning of the Library of Alexandria was a pivotal example of pushing away, that is literally burning the books and codes and keys for awakening.
Yes.
And one of the things that our Essene Brotherhood have shared with us is that nothing is ever truly lost.
I love this, what they share.
Nothing is truly lost. When we burn a printed word, we are releasing its wisdom into the ethers, into the cosmos, and when we, meaning us, can lift to a point to begin to discern the wisdom of the cosmos, we can read that text again.
And thereby access it. And so nothing was ever lost. In one aspect, it was almost protected. It was sent into, and if you've not read the Lost Books of the Essene, you know they're free. They're at our website, ShriandKira.com. Please go read this entire series. And we are so excited. We've had such an incredible heart pouring of people who are ready for this ascended process to unlock the code of the soul and really understand the greater sense of the ascended process. And so we're going to be beginning our teaching, and we're doing it via teleprogram. So all of the sessions you can attend via teleprogram, and if you can't be with us live, you get the high quality recordings, all of the printed workbooks and materials and things of that nature, even certification. If you want to pursue being certified as an ascended numerologist, that's part of this program. And so we are rapidly moving forward, and that will of course begin in January 2014, because we were very clear that it needed to coincide with the initiation of 2014. And there's still time. If you'd like to join us, please go to ShriandKira.com and you'll see the Ascended Numerology tab. I also encourage you, connect with us in Sedona Journal. Check out the back cover of the Sedona Journal. It'll have a lot more information. But we're releasing some very powerful archangelic discourses. And we're very, very honored that the Sedona Journal has really allowed this gift to come forward. The November discourse was gifted inside a crop circle that we were told very clearly needed to go out to the world near the end of 2013. And so check that out. Read that discourse. November, moving into December, November 17th, powerful moments.
And so there is so much going on, and it's a wonderful thing when you can connect with a community or a writing that helps shed light, helps offer clarity. And that's truly our purpose, is to invite you to join with us, to gain in your discernment and your clarity. You know, so for many, many centuries, people have talked about the golden ratio, the Fibonacci sequence, the symbology, the Platonic solids. There is indeed great symbology and an understanding of our universe through looking at these codes that underpin material world. However, the material world is only that big.
Yes.
It's just a little segment of the totality. And ascended numerology brings to you not only additional comprehensions, but in the study of it, it lifts you. And this is one of the magics. It itself is a spiritual practice.
Yes.
To be able to lift into looking as a mystic would look behind the veil at the divine signature that is imposing its will upon the fabric of sensation.
And this is a mystical art form. This is not numerology the way you've ever learned it. I wouldn't encourage you to throw out everything you've ever learned. I would just say be open to what you're going to add. And in addition to that, along with that ascension energy, Shri and I, of course, will be doing our best to connect with you while we're in Asia. While we are in Asia, we are very, very blessed. We're meeting with some people, some beings, some spirit beings that have not been willing to talk to the public until this time. They've agreed to talk to us. We're very, very blessed to have this. We will be doing our best to record as much as we're allowed to record and share as much with you as we can, because coming in January 2014, we are delighted that our program, our radio show, is ascending. We've been kind of sporadic during this period of time for many, many reasons. We are also preparing because January 2014 is blast off, my loves. And so in January 2014, we are blasting off with our new show, Shri and Kira Live. And we really invite you to join us. This will be a brand new show, brand new format, 1 hour long.
1 hour, an opportunity to connect live with us during the show.
Yes,
and that can be dynamic and fun, and we'll be having some interesting guests as well. So we look forward to your continued participation in co-creating a joyful existence.
And if you want to catch us live on our new show, it will be on bbsradio.com, 6 p.m. Pacific time, Wednesday nights. We are very excited. Channel 1, the main channel. There'll be a banner right up there on the home screen if you want to find it. But there is so much before you. You are ascending. And the Merkabah is lifting, and October and November are here. We are moving from our truth into the revelation of that which has been hidden is now revealed. How will you navigate these times, my love? That is the question.
Thank you for joining us today for 2012 Higher Love. Remember that you can find out more about Shri and Kira by going to shriandkira.com. That's SRIANDKIRA.